homecoming in Norman. And I'm not just talking about a homecoming to where the Sooners haven't been home in a while. I'm talking about like homecoming. The parades, the queen, the king. Everything's happening. It's going to be a fun game. And it's all happening at 11 a.m. What a kickoff time, right? Well, you better get your tailgating in at a premium or do it after the game because everything starts bright and early at 8 o'clock with the parade and everything. But forget the parade. We all know why you're here. Right? The pregame. The Oklahoma-Kansas State. The homecoming game itself. I'll bring it to you. Next. Stay tuned, people. It's going to be a blast tonight. Since we've had a home game, but it'll happen. And by the way, it's also homecoming as far as the game, as far as the week is concerned. The parades, everything's happening. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be homecoming. Homecoming, of course, as always, takes place at Owen Field. It'll be Kansas State at Oklahoma Saturday, October 18th, 2014, 11 a.m. is the kickoff time. The parade start time is 8 p.m. Usually, I see it kind of go down Campus Corner. They're right in front of Campus Corner, right where the Louise is and all that. That's really where I see it. Happening. The game will be on ABC with TV coverage by Dave Pastch, Brian Greasy, and Todd Luginbull. I like Luginbull. I like Lugs. He's a good college football insider. He covers a lot of high school sports. It's really taking the sideline course now, and he's having fun doing it. But of course, broadcasting, if you want to just listen to it on the radio, go for it. We've been through some hard times, have Toby and I, but he's still my close personal friend, Toby Rowland. And he does the home broadcast. He does the OU broadcasts, radio broadcasts, with Merv Johnson, as well as from the Buzz up in Tulsa, Chris Plank. He does the sidelines with a couple of other guys that I've kind of had a hard time with, but I still love them to death. Dusty and Teddy Dvorak, Dusty Dvorak, that is, and Teddy Lehman. The weather circumstances, not quite so much fun from last week. It was in the high. It was low to high 60s last week, which is what it's going to be again this week. But unlike last week, where there was absolutely no sun, it was just cloudy and great college football weather, great college OU Texas rivalry weather. This time, not so much. The sun will be out in force. So remember your sunglasses and your sunscreen. But again, it'll only be the high 60s to early to low 70s for the game itself. T2K, the things to know about this series is since 2000, there's only been 2 blowouts in the series. Kansas State popped Oklahoma pretty good in the Big 12 championships, 35-7 in 2004, or 2003. But in 2011, Oklahoma popped them right back. 58-17 was the final in that series. And finally, the records: 78, 18-4. Oklahoma with the overall leading record. But the last two times they've played in Manhattan, Oklahoma won last year 41-31 in 2013 in Manhattan. But the year before, in 2012, at Oklahoma, Kansas State tied with Oklahoma, winning the Big 12 outright. 24-19 loss for Oklahoma. Now, I want to say this. I was listening to the radio earlier, and someone said that they were trying to listen to the OU home broadcast with Toby and Merv and those guys, and they couldn't find it. I'm gonna give you a little cheat code here. You have your smartphones out. Grab your smartphones. Let me see if I can have this right here. Here we go. Right here. See it? Here we go. Come on, Wi-Fi. Hurry up. Here we go. Now, what you'll need to do is you'll need to buy this app. Right here. It says Oklahoma right on it. Oops, sorry. It says Oklahoma right on it. Right there. If you click on it, and if you buy it, I think it cost me like $1 when I bought it. It might be free. Anyway, it'll give you radio station 1, radio station 2, radio station 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6 on the sides. If you pick any of these with your smartphone, you can hear the game. Like I said, I think it only cost me maybe $1. It might be free. I don't remember. It's been a while since I bought it. But if you're having difficulties listening to the radio on your smartphone, that's a way that you can do it for pretty cheap. You can also hear the basketball. I believe women's basketball also. Don't quote me on Sherry Cole's women's basketball program. I'm not too sure on that one. But I know the men, and I know absolutely for sure football. I listen to them every week. The breakdown of this game. Kansas State and Oklahoma. Kansas State, first of all, Kansas State is coached by Bill Snyder in his 24th year in Manhattan. He has been at Kansas State from 1989 to 2005. Left and retired for a couple of years before coming back in 2009, and he's going to be there for quite some time. To the non-near distant future. He has a winning record of 182, 91-1, 666 winning record. Last year they did go 8-5. They finished 6-3 in conference play, finishing them 5th in the conference. Why so low? Well, it's because Oklahoma was 1. 2, 3, and 4 were all Oklahoma, Texas, and Kansas, or Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, and Texas. So they didn't finish 3rd. No, technically they finished 3rd, but you can't finish 3rd when everybody's tied. So they dumped them down to 5th. But they finished hard. Their best win last year was a 31-33 win in Fort Worth over TCU. The 2013 bowl win was a 31-14 demolishing of Michigan in the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl, pushing Snyder's record to 7-8 in bowls with a 4.67 winning percentage. Conference titles since 1999 when Stoops got there, conference or divisional titles, 2000 with the divisional title. Of course, lost to Oklahoma in that title game, 03 and 2012, those two Big 12 outright championships, 03 and 2012. Kansas State year in review real quick, 4-1. They slammed down pretty good on Stephen F. Austin, 55-16 in Manhattan. Went up to Ames, won by 10, 28-38 in Ames over Iowa State. Lost a nail-biter where they missed a couple of field goals and they missed a big touchdown catch. Tyler Lockett, it's on you, buddy. But they did lose to then number 5 Auburn, 20-14 in Manhattan. Got back on track against UTEP, 55-28 win in Manhattan, and won in Manhattan against Texas Tech, 45-13 against the Red Raiders before a bye week and then this week against Oklahoma. Speaking of Oklahoma, they are head coached by Bob Stoops in his 15th year at Oklahoma, all 15 years at OU, with a winning record of 158, 30, and 39. 802 winning percentage. Last year finished 10-3 and tied for second best conference record with Oklahoma State and Texas. Their best non-bowl win last year was the win over Oklahoma State to put them in their Sugar Bowl, winning Stilly 33-24. After that, they went to their bowl, faced Alabama, got a big-time win over Alabama, 45-31 win, pushing Bob's record to 7-7 in bowls, right at 500. Conference or divisional titles in the Stoops era since '99. Got one in 2000, 2004, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2010, and 2012. OU year in review real quick. 5-1. 48-16 win over Louisiana Tech. 52-7 drumming of Tulsa. A 31-10 win over Tennessee. And a 45-33 smashing in Morgantown of West Virginia. Then at TCU, 33-37 loss. Before bouncing back and just nipping Texas. Nipping past them. 31-26. All right. Everyone remember, the parade starts at 8. If you're in Norman, go on to the parade, man. Have some fun. Go down to O'Connell's after the game's over. This should be a fun homecoming game. There's, as I said, OU I think is going to win it, and it's always interesting with these two teams because not only is it, you know, I mean, it's just always tight between these two clubs. Not only that, particularly this year, they're pretty close rankings in everything they do: offense, defense, special teams. I think that's where you have to give Oklahoma the up, to where Nick Kentelly, I mean, the Kansas State kicker had a couple misses. Michaels only got the one, and it was blocked, and it wasn't even his fault. The guy came right up the middle against Tennessee, he blocked it. So, all right, follow me on Twitter, or you can find me on Facebook. At Facebook, I'm Harry James Taylor. At Twitter, I'm at SoonerFanOK. Guys, thanks for watching, and as always, Boomer Sooner, everybody. Take care. Hey, next week is a bye week, so I won't be doing this or the pregame show. We'll hold that off, put that on hold for a week till we play Iowa State. But my picks show will be up, and I'll have a review of this game up. Thanks for watching, everyone, and as always, Boomer Sooner, everybody. Take care.